A sick pedophile who sexually abused a boy in a Hull shopping center toilet handed himself into police and made a sick confession. Peter Daniels, 61, was under police supervision but secretly bought a mobile phone to view disturbing images of children, including pictures of them getting abused. He rang police on May 23 to tell them about his urges which he could no longer control and said he was drinking up to 6 liters of cider a day. How Daniels gave himself up to police. Daniels, pictured in 2014, has committed a string of horrific sexual offenses against and involving children. Philip Evans, prosecuting at Hull Crown Court, said he candidly told his supervising officer that he was struggling and needed to speak to the police. He said he was struggling to control himself from going out to commit contact offenses and his position had been made no better by the fact that he had started drinking again. The defendant accepted he had bought a white LG phone from a city center retailer 7 or 8 months prior. He said he had bought the telephone initially for what he described as normal internet searches. However, he confirmed he had not told police or a probation officer about the mobile phone and that he knew that was wrong. He also said he began looking at indecent images of children on the telephone in November 2017. Initially he would delete the images he had seen, but he then began to save the images in the photos folder of his telephone. A shocking history of sexual offenses. Daniels, after he was sentenced in 2014, police discovered 5 images in total ranging from Category A, which is the most serious, to the lesser Category C. Daniels said all the images involved boys under the age of 18. He pleaded guilty to possessing indecent images of children and to breaching a sexual offenses prevention order handed to him in 2014. We have launched a new Facebook group to bring you all the latest news from Hull's courts. Whether it's Crown Court or Magistrates Court, our group will bring you all the latest updates as criminals are brought to justice. To join our Facebook group, click here. That was given after Daniels logged onto his Twitter account at Hull's Central Library in Albion Street, and began viewing several indecent images. Just a year prior to that, the child abuser preyed on a boy with learning difficulties by offering him a cigarette and leading him to the toilets in St. Stephen's Shopping Centre. He abused him in the toilets before leading him back to the bus station, and the abuse was only unearthed when the 13-year-old told his teacher. A lonely man. Daniels, who used to run a Methodist church toddler group in Bransholm, now leads a lonely existence after committing a string of sex offenses. This is what caused explosions and thick black smoke in Trevor Street, Hull. Dalebrook, defending, said his legal adult relationship ended and his support from his family has ended. He cuts an isolated figure with little support. This is all of his own making, and he understands that. With little or few bonds, he turned to alcohol. His mental health has deteriorated and these demons have resurfaced. It's no excuse, but it is perhaps some sort of explanation. The judge's verdict: Peter Daniels has been locked up once again. This is how he appears in his latest mugshot image. Humberside Police. Mr. Brooke also argued that as Daniels gets older, his risk of re-offending will decrease. However, recorder Richard Wolfall could not ignore his significant previous convictions and his repeated offending. You pose a risk to children, according to the author of your pre-sentence report, and that is something which cannot be managed in the community. This offense is so serious given your history that only an immediate custodial sentence is appropriate. If you continue to drink in the way you have and continue to fill your thirst in these dreadful images of abuse of children, you still present a significant risk to the public. Daniels, of Albany Street off Springbank in West Hull, was jailed for 2.5 years and made subject to a sexual harm prevention order and sexual offenses prevention order for the rest of his life. Get the Hull Live app. The Hull Live app is the home of everything that's happening in Hull. It's completely free and features all the latest news, sport and what's on information. You can download it for iPhone and iPad from Apple's App Store, or get the Android version from Google Play.